So, what is history might seem like an odd thing to say to 11th graders. You certainly know what history is, right? Well, I want to broaden your perspective on it. It'll help you appreciate the course more and really help you on the AP test in terms of analyzing history. So, first of all, you should all admit you love history, whether it's movies you've seen that have gone to the past, books you've read, photos you've taken of your own life. You bought a yearbook in the past, all these things we appreciate the past and the stories, the culture and the ideas and the music of the past. So let's get past any notion that you don't love history. You're all history lovers. Part of, if you thought you weren't, is you might have thought of history as being a textbook, a bunch of facts you have to memorize. And that's one of the biggest things we have to get past. It's not that you don't need to know stuff. You certainly do need to understand history, but a lot of it's about interpretation, it's about perspective, and that is a big theme throughout the course. So, to broaden your understanding, there are many varieties of history. The traditional one is political history. This tends to be about wars and systems of government, history of ideas. This has always been of great interest to me. The Enlightenment, the great ideas, standards throughout society, religious history, what have the major religions offered. These are traditional histories. They are the perspective of history, typically, of what white men have been doing. Then popular history comes around, popular meaning not beloved, but popular meaning the populace. It's history of the common man from the ground up. It's people after the 60s and the protest movements and civil rights movement and the hippies, if you will. They're saying, like, we had to know what regular people were doing. What were the story of children and women and other ethnic groups and groups that had not been involved. They've been doing stuff too. How come nobody ever told their story and what we can learn from them? That leads to social history, the history of families, marriage, divorce. Some great stories about how things were different in the past and other things that are also the same today. Women's history, as I say, it's a big part of that, and that's going to be a big part of the course. We're going to study women's history throughout. Economic history, how money works, and what is a tariff, tariff policy, and inflation, and these issues, the mysteries of the economy, part of what we study in history. Art and music history, many of you have appreciated studying that in the past. History of education and the expectations of what people will learn. History of science, of sports and recreation. History of fashion, ethnic history. All of this is reduced by the College Board to a chart like this. Now, you don't really have to know this chart. Just understand that as I teach you and as I give you assignments, you're going to be exploring the varieties of history.